Okay, so we're doing a part 2 today.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately?
I'm sour on this one now.
I've been looking forward to this.
I know you have, and I have too, sort of, except for the fact that I'm not anymore, because, oh my God.
Let me, so we're doing Black Alien Project again, because there's, quite honestly, always going to be more to say about this guy. Which,
until a very finite point, yes.
but you know what? I respect that, because that's kind of the way I'm going too.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just in a different, we're obviously not doing the same thing, but
Nope.
there's always going to be more to say. If you miss me for a week or two, there's sure to have been 2 or 3 developments.
Yeah, just don't chop anything off. How about that?
Oh,
Can we do that?
Well,
can we make that agreement?
that's a good thing to bring up because I was actually going to start there. Probably the most annoying comments I got on the first one, because there was a lot. There was a lot of different complaints and criticisms, and some people supporting, like normal, right?
Yeah.
It's always, you get all the lanes. But the one that irritated me the most was the people who were like, oh, he didn't do it first. So-and-so did it first. So-and-so cut his fingers off first. It's like,
oh, man.
Yeah, I know. I knew. I even mentioned in the video that I knew of some other people who had done this first. I didn't drop names because I can talk about those people another time. But between you and I, if you chop off your fingers tomorrow, I'm not giving anyone else credit for it.
Good. That's my credit.
And it's not going to be Terry's doing or Terry's fault.
Unless he decides to cut off my fingers.
It's not Rick's fault you have no fingers anymore.
Yeah.
That's going to be on you. I don't care if Bob did it the other day.
Yeah, that's that's my strength right there.
Yeah, you did. You cut your fingers off. I'm giving you credit for that.
That's reasonable.
But
I don't know. Okay, so like what's the deal with that? Is like you can only do things once and then no one can do it again? Is that the idea? And then like there's
it's
no
almost like, oh, that's been done before, it doesn't matter.
That's why we've only had one Batman movie, right?
Yeah, well, and one Joker, right?
Only one Joker.
Yeah.
Because you didn't need another one.
Yeah, that whole thing is...
I mean, arguably, you didn't need another one.
It's ridiculous, and for all kinds of reasons, obviously, but in this case, it's like the finger removal is just part of the overall thing, right? So, like, people will do that, and it will look different to each person, too. So it's like saying someone else has had a black arm, so if I ever do it, it's...
Yeah.
Pointless.
Yeah, exactly.
The first time I seen Blackout was like, I don't know, I think it was like the year 2001 or something. Yeah. But like it wasn't a concept.
No.
Like it wasn't like, oh, Blackout. Like that doesn't mean that no one else should ever do it again because it's been done. Or that if anyone else does it, they have to attribute it to this one dude who did it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the koi fish has been done a few times. And yet people still keep getting it done.
This is the thing. I'm not saying that the finger removal will ever catch on to that degree. It's not like Bob down the road's going to...
Everybody's got it.
Ed just cut his fingers off the other day.
Man.
And Fred, he hasn't had fingers for some time now.
I can't believe it. I'm the last on the block with 5 fingers.
You go to Walmart, they're selling like gear to specifically cater to the 2-fingered folks.
Yeah, exactly. All different realms of finger removal.
Let me tell you, I don't see it getting that trendy.
I hope not.
So it's still a big deal. Nose removal, that's still a big deal, too.
Yes.
You come in without a nose tomorrow, you can better believe we're going to have a conversation about it.
I'm going to be honest, most removal, pretty big deal, in my opinion. Even laser removal hurts.
Allie walks in here without ears.
Yeah, all of a sudden, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, that's going to be a deal.
Yeah. She won't be able to hear it.
I don't know what inspired that. So it doesn't matter to me that it's been done before.
No.
I'm not speculating whether I like it or not. That's just, it matters. Now, that being said, he's now proceeding with this plan to take off his legs, is the idea.
Legs?
Well, he'll probably start with one.
But I hope so.
Well, he's going to be a floating orb.
Get his bearings.
Right? Like, it's going to be, Yeah. Get your bearings. Like, it's funny. I probably should have blacked out one finger, right?
Yeah, you should have, for sure.
I realized I wasn't going to be able to use my hand for a week. But I like those states, and that's something that he said during his last interview with Renee Zizi.
Yeah.
He was talking about liking the change and looking forward to having to relearn how to live.
Yeah.
And, like, I really connected with that, but I don't want to live that way forever. I want to experience it and then move on. Yeah. Right? Almost like you get a good story out of it. Like when I have my tongue split, now I can't eat solids for a week. Right? I got to get my stitches out. My speech is all fucked up for a while, like worse than normal anyway.
Yeah.
It forces you into this new kind of state, and it makes you appreciate what you normally have.
Yeah.
Now, what he's doing is you can't go back to what you normally had before, right? So it's like it's like that state, but it never ends.
Yeah.
And that's terrifying to me. Maybe you
Yeah.
can say I can't commit. I don't have the stones to double down.
You don't have the balls cut off your leg, bro.
Yeah, well, what kind of a extreme body mod guy are you?
Yeah.
You don't even have the balls to cut your ears off,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You haven't
exactly.
committed.
Yep. How dare you?
Yeah, so I looked into this. I don't think anyone else has done it because I just because I was waiting for those kinds of comments. Well, so and so cut their leg off.
Well, I mean,
I don't think it's
people
been
have
done.
removed their legs, but it's usually out of necessity.
Not as a body mod.
not cosmetic leg removal.
Yeah. So the idea here would be some sort of prosthetic, maybe multiple prosthetics. I could imagine like spider legs or something.
That'd
Did
be
you see that,
so
like mechanical spider legs?
Yeah, if he does that, okay, if he does that, I will like Wild Wild West style.
Yeah.
Like if he does that, I immediately my position is the exact opposite way. I'm in full support. Because, like, that would be so dope.
So, while we're still on the note, there were a lot of people that were saying that doctors should probably intervene at some level, or he should have a psychoanalysis done to determine that he's in a proper state of mind to be doing these kinds of things. But, like, in any time I've ever seen him in interviews, like, the cat is smooth.
Yeah.
Like, he's with it. He's
I would hope
funny
so.
and charismatic, and he's very well spoken. He has
Mm-hmm.
no trouble explaining it in a way that for a moment, you're almost with him. Like he's a good
He's
seller.
almost gotcha.
Yeah, he's a good salesman of this. He
Yeah.
honestly is. He's a really smooth operator, and like, it's hard to say that he's not of the right mind. And one that I always find funny is the women. They'll see his before picture and they'll
Yeah.
be like, "He was so handsome."
He
Why would
was
that-"
handsome.
He sure was, but it's not just fucking ugly people who do this stuff.
No,
You
no.
know, it's not. It's not you. Oh, I'm ugly. I may as well be in Black Alien.
Well, see, this is
Well,
one of the...
1-to-1.
This
I
is
was
like the
born
parallel,
ugly.
right? Yeah, I got to
Fuck
give
it.
up. Let's
Gotta
go backwards.
Get rid of my fucking nose.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
I'm already here.
No one's complimenting it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Got to get rid of this schnoz. I mean, like, the thing that I would equate it to, though, would be closest to cosmetic addiction. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's like plastic surgery.
yeah, and we see that within the beauty realm a
Yep.
lot. So I'm a little confused as to why people wouldn't understand that he was handsome before.
Yeah, I know. That's because lots of people I find are prettier before they get.
And this is not a solution to ugly.
No, God, no.
So-
And it's not even. It's not like. It's not even on that scale,
No.
that spectrum.
Speaking a different language at that point.
Because like there are still people who are into this. They're talking about him doing an OnlyFans.
Oh, he will definitely
he
do.
would clean up,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like you'd create his own new genre.
He'd nichedly
Oh,
clean up.
But that's all you need because
Yeah.
you got the whole market.
Yeah,
right?
I guess.
Who else is doing that? Who else is selling no fucking legs
Yeah.
and potentially split member?
Yeah.
Right? Because that's another one he's talking about, which has been done before.
Really?
Yeah, I've I looked that one up, and apparently that's a little more common than what I would have thought.
Oh.
But
One of those common splits.
yeah. So I'm wondering how that works, though. Can you still?
If
Can
you
you-
can't pee out of both, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I could see.
Honestly,
Yeah,
if you cannot pee out of both,
but then
not worth it.
But like learning control of that, because at first you'd be peeing all over the place.
Oh yeah,
Like, how do you learn to pee one side to the other?
two-handed.
It's like, hear me out now. When I first got my tongue cut, it was like, I still can't. I don't have a deep enough split to move either side
Yeah.
very well on its own. But it's almost like you have two little brains in there. You got to learn how to use both muscles to be able to do that really well, right?
That's fair.
Because they are technically cut. Like you could. You see people do tricks with them and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, all the time.
Could you do tricks with a split member?
I mean, I think with enough time and commitment,
Yeah.
yes,
So
absolutely.
there. That's another little niche, right?
Yeah, that's.
You'll
it
have the
might be a
most
bigger niche than
mobile-
what we'd think.
Mobile member there is.
Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah. Well,
But-
I mean, the biology of that I'm very confused on, but I guess like if he does it, then we'll find out.
And what happens with reproduction? Would it stay the same, you think? Possibility?
I think he'd only have twins. Whoa!
Yeah, I could see that. Before we do this, I should warn you. But no, that being said, like the more I see of Black Alien, and like people are gonna make what they want in my comments here. Maybe I'm condoning self-mutilation, all this stuff. I can't help but be a fan, and like the more I think about this, the more it's kind of like the value of a human life, like one human life in the scope of things, isn't much.
Well, yeah, in scope, everything goes away.
So if you're not hurting anyone, and you're paying for this, and this is like your life, you've got it to live how you want. Like, I say, just watch and see what he does.
Yeah,
it's one of those. What's he hurting? You
well,
can say
himself.
he's influencing other people to do more of this. Maybe he
arguably,
is.
sure.
But like most people are looking at it like spectacle or like a circus act of some kind, or like it's not going to be. It's going to be 1 out of 100 or even more, maybe 1 out of 10,000 that get inspired by it.
Yep.
And the other 9,999 will be making jokes and maybe.
Oh,
some
I
of
think
them
the
do
inspiration level is going to be way less of a number than that.
Oh, yeah.
With these extremes, it's just like the thing for me. If he is, people tend to get led by things,
Yeah.
or they're actively leading themselves. And if he is actively leading himself in this direction and is conscious and cognizant of everything that could be a contributing factor into pushing him further and further, I just want people to be aware of themselves and aware of what's happening with themselves. So, like, if he has that awareness, I'm cool with it. If it's not, then I would want him to gain that awareness before he continues. You know what I mean?
He's like, and that's a really tough one to say.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's his own thing.
He seems as if he's really there. Like,
Yeah.
he waited for a long time to get started.
Yeah.
I should say, we talked about body art at large recently, and how I thought this person started too young.
Yeah.
Black Alien thought on this for a long time. He had almost no tattoos.
Yeah.
Until he was close to 30, and then he went for it.
Yeah.
And it went quick because it was like he really wanted to do this for some time.
Yep.
And then it was just, okay, I don't care what it costs. I don't care what it takes, how much it hurts, any of that. I'm just doing this. So I don't know, man. Like it's you'd have to almost be like, you'd almost have to be inside him to know that answer, whether it's coming from out or in, because he started all this before anyone knew who he was.
Yeah, of course.
Right? He was just his own dude.
And he was doing it without the input.
That being said, we would be negligent not to mention his most recent thing, the branding, the alien. This one has really made me question.
Yeah.
Because that's out of character for him.
I would agree.
That's out of character with this whole project. Like, you've seen, he had the old implants. He took them out. He got new implants. He has great implants in his arms now.
Yeah,
like,
they look incredible.
That's all on track. Like, that makes sense to me. But then the alien brand was a little like, that's a creation of social media or something.
Well, yeah, that's I don't know. That was just like a weird jump.
Yeah, it doesn't fit with him.
Yeah, and I'm not a big scarification guy, but there's a way of doing scarification very nicely and within an aesthetic. And I'm not even opposed to him doing scarification. I think, like, within the realm of a Black Alien project, I think scarification probably works its way into there in some form or fashion. But like, that was like just against the grain. It was very against the grain.
It's very pop culture.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Done in a way that's just visceral. You know what I mean? It was just a shock thing. Which I'm not a big, like, yeah, okay, cutting off your fingers is a shock thing, but like, you can see him refining his look. Yeah. And it was just, I don't know, it's anti-aesthetic to me. Which that was
almost like a middle finger.
That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like that. I don't know too many people who, like, obviously I'm not talking to people about him every day, but like, for the most part, everyone I've talked to has kind of been as put off about that, just because everything else was following a track record, and that just kind of comes out of nowhere.
Yep.
And you're like, okay.
To me, it reminded me of like a jump the shark moment, but I could be wrong. It could be.
Well, I'm sure he's got more tricks up his sleeve to come.
Yeah.
The dude's project is getting more and more like known.
Yeah.
Like he's in the zeitgeist now.
Yeah,
like people know of him.
Yeah.
You hear of him. Like, have you seen this guy? I'll go anywhere, and people will be like, "Jared, have you seen the Black?" Oh, well, yes, I've seen him for years.
Yeah, of course.
Right, but
you know of him, obviously.
Of course, I know of him.
Yeah. One of these days, we should probably try and reach out to him and.
I would love to have a chat with him.
Yeah. Do you know if he speaks English?
I'm not actually sure. I know he speaks multiple languages.
Okay.
But I don't know that he speaks English. I might have to look into that.
Yeah, you should see.
I would love to have an interview of some kind.
Oh my God, yeah.
Even just shoot the shit with the dude.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy. So.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Till next time.